How are you, Jimmy? Okay. How are you, darling? All right. Here's the old love. God bless you. How are you? How'd you do? Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody, and welcome once again to 3, 2, 1. Now, I was going to ask the audience to do that, but is it a bit too quick for you? Try it. Go on. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, it was just a bit too quick. As I came on, I heard one lady say, do you know that Ted Rogers has always got his fingers in a twist? I think she said fingers. Anyway, as usual, we got for you a mixed bag of goodies. You'll find a load of laughs, a gathering of guests, a measure of mystery, a parade of prizes, and our bevy of beauties, and here they are.
I'm Alison. I'm Fiona.
And I want a new dressing room.
Yes, you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Chris, Emmett, and Mike Newman. You know, when they're not dressed up as women, they're still a drag. But would you please greet, right now, our real hostesses.
I'm Alison. And I'm very confused.
And who wouldn't be? Also on hand, we have our darling delight and our Binner Bluff. That's Karen Palmer with Dusty. Okay, theme being this week, as Dusty's dressed up as a gambler, riverboats. Those marvelous riverboats that used to sail the Mississippi. The Mississippi, very, very tricky to navigate, hard to master, and murder to spell. Now, when you think of the Mississippi, you know, with all those P's, those S's and I's, nobody dare make an anagram out of that. But you know, of course, the riverboat started in America in 1820 in the Deep South when Colonel Sanders was just a private. And chickens used to just walk around happily, just occasionally crossing the road to help out an old joke. But when you think of the gamblers aboard those riverboats, now, they were rough, tough men who would celebrate if they won and they'd quarrel if they lost. So even in those days, it could be a big night if you played your cards right. Or just a little bit. But of course, with those gambling card sharks working in pairs, you know, one used to play and the other one would give signals, like scratching his nose, his ears, or his eyebrows. Now, just think, Michael Parkinson could have made a fortune, but he didn't. Thank you. So, without any further ado, we'll now please greet Dusty and our three lovely hostesses who are going to introduce you to, as usual, the most important people here tonight, our contestants.
From Huntingdon, Ken and Jackie Redpath.
From Wakefield, we've got Glenn and Jeanette English.
From Hartford, Gary and Christine Huxley.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, on 3, 2, 1, you know we always start with our quiz. We have 2 rounds of questioning. Our couples play for £10 each correct answer in the first round. Whatever they win at the end of the first round is what they play for each correct answer in the second. Now, at the end of the quiz, of course, the couple with the least amount of money leaves us at that point, leaving the 2 remaining couples to play our 3, 2, 1 video game to see who goes through with the chance of taking on one of our major prizes tonight, or the booby. Don't forget, we got Dusty. He's always with us. Now, our first couple tonight, we have Christine and Gary Huxley, and you're from Hartford?
Yes,
Hartford, yes, I know that well. I played there a little while ago. Well, a little while ago. It must have been a few years ago. Stansted Abbots.
I saw you.
You saw me there?
Yes.
And you came back for more?
Came back for more.
That's nice. I love it. Now, listen, Gary, what sort of business what are you in?
I'm a technical representative.
Technical?
And I promote drawing office equipment, fine lead holders, plotting machine, points. It's really for drafting.
You two actually met at a disco. Now, when I go to a disco, it's so dark you can't see anybody. How did you meet?
They turned the lights on.
They did?
Yes.
I ruined everything, did
Oh, there was no escape then.
Oh, was that in Hartford? Was that in that area?
That was in Ware, yeah.
Where? That's another great place. People said to me years ago, I said to somebody actually, I said, where'd you come from? They said, where? I said, no, where'd you come from? It went on for 10 minutes. Where?
No, yes.
And what about you, Christine? I see you're a secretary now, but you used to work in the film business.
Well, I used to be a secretary, yes.
At a film company, or what was it?
It was the premiere office, and we used to arrange premieres.
Did you go to premieres?
Oh, yes.
Yes? Did you meet any interesting people there?
I met Prince Charles once.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did he speak? All right, let's get on with the quiz and have your questions. And this week, it's Alison Temple Savage. Alison? Lovely. Now, look, Alison, the thing that intrigues me, how do you manage to keep such a trim figure? How is that?
Oh, well, I think it must be my seafood diet, Edward.
Seafood diet?
Oh, yes. Every time I see food, I eat it.
Oh, well, that's fair enough, isn't it? Would you like to choose your questions there, please?
Take that.
Thank you. Thanks very much indeed, Alison. OK, you know we always like our couples to answer alternately. Of course, Christine, that's you first. And remember, there's two ways you can be stopped if you give a wrong answer or if you run out of time. And, of course, you know, naturally, if you do make the mistake, we have to stop you there and then, of course. And, of course, if you don't know an answer, please say don't know, and I'll go on to your partner with the next question, all right? We let you have one to start with. Now, this question is about famous landmarks. We will give you the landmark, and we want you to tell us which city the landmark is in. Now, we'll start you with the Uffizi Palace, which is in Florence. So the Uffizi Palace is in...
Florence.
The Golden Gate Bridge.
San Francisco.
Nelson's Column.
London.
The Louvre.
Paris.
The Colosseum.
Rome.
The Little Mermaid.
I don't know.
The Acropolis.
Greece.
Well, I've got Athens. Can I accept that? No, I can't accept that. We actually did want the city, so that is considered a mistake, I'm afraid, right. Christine. We did want the city. Nevertheless, you've not done badly there. The Little Mermaid was Copenhagen. I don't know whether you know that, but in fact, you have got 5 right, so I reckon you've got £50. Yes, you have. Well done. Good. That means, of course, they play for £50 each correct answer next time, and here we've got Jackie and Ken. You're from Huntingdon. Huntingdon, I see. All right, now, Ken, you've got a full-time job and also a part-time job.
Yeah, it's all rolled into one.
Is it the same job or what? I mean,
Oh, yeah, same employee, same place.
Really? What do you do during the day?
Well, I do the bar work at lunchtime, bit of waitering, tidying up, general repairs around the place.
I must tell the folks, Ken, you met Jackie because Jackie actually wrote to the Sun newspaper as a pen pal.
That's right.
Yes, Jackie? Wasn't page 3, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No, they don't have pen pals on page 3. It's bosom pals there, isn't it? So what happened? You actually wrote to the Sun for a pen pal?
But there was an advert in the paper one day saying all these people are lonely that were in the forces, would anybody write to them? And so I did, and I ended up...
And Ken was lonely and in the forces, yes?
Yes.
And that's the way it turned out. Nice to have the two of you here. Let's have your questions. And, of course, we've got Libby Roberts. Libby? Now, tell me something. Why is it you're always so confused?
Oh, I know, Ted, but my psychiatrist is trying to sort out my split personality.
Has he cured it?
Well, he's cured one of me.
Well, how many can there be? Would you like to choose your questions, please? There we are. Take one of those envelopes. Thanks, Libby. All right, you've got 50 to beat at the moment. Good luck to you. Remember, we let you have one to start with. Of course, if you don't know an answer, please say don't know. Go on to your partner with the next question. This question is about the names of famous people. We will give you their Christian names. We want you to tell us their surname. Now, we'll start you with Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So that's the one we start you with, Elizabeth Barrett.
Browning.
Johann Sebastian.
Bach.
Robert Louis.
Steve.
Hans Christian.
Anderson.
Arthur Conan.
Doyle.
Winston Spencer.
Churchill.
Olivia Newton.
John.
Farrah Fawcett.
Majors.
George Bernard.
Shaw.
Wolfgang Amadeus.
Pass.
Didn't know that one. What a shame. One wrong. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, but you've got 9 right, so you've got £90. Lovely. Well done. £90. £90 each correct answer. Nearly a maximum of 100. Now we've got Jeanette and Glenn, and you're from Horbury near Wakefield, yes?
That's
I see. Now, Glenn, what do you do for a living?
I sell cushion vinyl.
Cushion vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a good job. I suppose you fall down, you always bounce up again with cushion vinyl, eh? What sort of hobbies do you have?
Well, all sorts, really. I play a lot of sport, cricket and rugby, and I'm also in charge of a youth club.
Near Wakefield?
In the Ossett area.
I see. Fine. I know you also, Jeanette, you help youth as well, don't you?
Yes.
What do you do?
Yes, I'm a staff nurse at Seacraft.
Are you really? Yeah. Now, I do happen to know. Yes. Yeah. I happen to know that really is a marvellous job you do, because I know Karen and we took Dusty Bin round the local infirmary here in Leeds recently, and those kids were something else. They really were terrific. Now, you have children too, don't you?
Yes.
How many do you have?
3.
How old are they?
In the middle.
A girl in the middle. I love that.
Sandwich.
Sounds as though they all came at once, didn't it? Give them a quick wave, then. Go on. That's it. Why not? Let's have your questions. We've got Fiona Curzon with the questions. Fiona. Now, Fiona, did you go to that restaurant I recommended?
Yes, I did, and I ordered soup of the day, and in it I found tiddlywinks, a couple of dice, and a plastic football.
What sort of soup's that?
Game soup.
Well, that's fair enough. Don't we have any questions? Thanks, Fiona. OK, Glenn and Jeanette, here we go. You've got a 90 to beat, a 50. Could you get a maximum? That would be nice. This question is about famous thoroughfares. We will give you the name of a thoroughfare. We want you to tell us which city it's in. Now, Carfax is in Oxford, so we'll start you with that one. Carfax is in
Oxford.
the Champs-Élysées.
Paris.
Broadway.
New York.
Lime Street.
Pass.
O'Connell Street.
Pass.
Princess Street.
Edinburgh.
Oxford Street.
London.
Deansgate.
Manchester.
Via Veneto.
Pass.
And Red Square.
Moscow.
That's right. OK, well, we didn't do too bad. Via Veneto is in Rome. What else have we got? O'Connell Street was Dublin. You know that now. Lime Street, of course, was Liverpool. The Beatles will love you for that one, but never mind, you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think you've got right. Yes, you've got £70. Well done. That's it. Good. So at the end of our first round, we've got couple number 1 up there on £50. We've got couple number 3 here on 70, but in the lead at the moment, Jackie and Ken, they're on £90. OK. OK, Christine and Gary, this time £50 each correct answer. Would you like to choose your questions again?
That's it.
Thanks a lot, Alison. OK, here we go again. Don't forget, we do let you have one to start with again. Now then, £50. This question is about song titles. We will give you the title of a song, leaving out the name of a place. And now we want you to tell us the place. We'll start you with April in Paris. So April in...
Paris.
Way down yonder in...
New Orleans.
Deep in the heart of...
Texas.
I left my heart in...
San Francisco.
Last train to... 24 hours from...
Tulsa.
A foggy day in...
London Town.
A nightingale sang in...
Berkeley Square.
Midnight in...
Pass.
Moonlight in...
Pass.
Don't know. Ah, well, not too bad. Moonlight in Vermont. Midnight in Moscow, the big Kenny Ball hit from a few years ago. The last train to San Fernando. You know it now, of course. Everybody knows afterwards. Nevertheless, I think you 1, 2, 3. 7 you have. Yes, you've got £350. Well done. That's it. £350. Thanks again. Now, Ken and Jackie, if you'd like to choose your second round questions. Thanks a lot, Libby. Now then, you're going for £90 each correct answer. Well, I've broken that completely there. Now, let's see. Well, 10, 9 and 90, 900 quid. Wouldn't that be nice if you get a maximum? This question is about cities. We will give you the name of a city, and we want you to tell us which country the city is in. Now, we'll start you with Buenos Aires, which is Argentina. So Buenos Aires is...
Argentina.
Melbourne.
Australia.
Marseille. Rio de Janeiro.
Brazil.
Toronto.
Canada.
Peking.
China.
Havana.
Don't know.
Nicosia.
Cyprus.
Cairo.
Don't know.
Madras.
Don't know.
Ah, well, I thought maybe you might have got that one. Do you like Indian food? Well, that's where Madras is, yes. India. Cairo is in Egypt. Havana is Cuba. And Marseille is France. So at the end of the second round, you've got £540. A pretty good score. Lovely. 540. Well done, Jeanette. Fiona with your third round questions. Thank you, Fiona. That's it. I can see which way you want to go, Glenn. OK, now you're going this time £70 each correct answer. Good luck to you. The question is about major towns and cities in the United States. Now, we will give you the name of a town or a city. We want you to tell us which state the city is in. Now, we'll start you with Birmingham and Alabama. So, Birmingham.
Alabama.
Phoenix. San Francisco. Denver.
Colorado.
Miami.
Florida.
Atlanta.
Pass.
Honolulu.
Pass.
Boston.
Pass.
Detroit.
Michigan.
Minneapolis.
Pass.
Ah, let me show you. There we are. Well, Minneapolis, in fact, was Minnesota. Yeah, now you know, of course. Boston was Massachusetts. Hawaii, of course, Honolulu, Hawaii. And Atlanta was in Georgia. San Francisco, of course, is California. So at the end of that round, you have got £280. Oh. So, There we have it then at the end of our quiz this week. We've got Glenn and Jeanette. They have £280. Yes, we've got our couple number one up there, but Christine and Gary, yeah, 350. Winners of the quiz are Ken and Jackie. Here they are, £540. Bless you. Well done. Good to see you there. Nevertheless, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Jeanette and Glenn right here, but there it is. Not bad, is it? All in fun. Who's going to take that, Jeanette? You? Yes? There you are. There's your ceramic dusty bin. You know he's worth a bit of money too, huh? Anyway, they've been a lovely couple to come along. I'm sure the children are going to love him. Glenn, thanks so much for coming. Jeanette, take care. Love to the kids. See you soon. Take care now. Right. We're away for the break. Back in a couple of minutes, folks, on 3, 2, 1 with our elimination game. We'll see you then. Take it easy. Thank you. Welcome to part 2, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, 1, we're about to play our elimination video game. Of course, we've got our remaining couples. That's Ken and Jackie, they're from Huntingdon, and Gary and Christine from Hertford, isn't it? Hertford, Hereford and Hampshire. Anyway, they're here to play the game. As you can see at the bottom of their screens, they've got a bat which can be moved from left to right by using this control stick here. Now, the object is you've got to hit the ball against the wall, right? Every time you hit the ball, you will score points. If you manage to chip through the wall and get right through to the top, believe me, the wall will come tumbling down and you'll really build up your score. Each time you do miss the ball, in fact, when it goes out of play, you must hand the control stick to your partner who continues to play, all right? Now, who's going to play first out of you two here? Ken? All right, Ken. There we go. Good luck to you. And what about you, Gary? Who's going? Gary's going first. Always the fellas, eh? Right. Good luck to you. Now, look, right here in the middle, we've got a light which will start to flash when we're on the last remaining seconds, okay? So whoever wins this game with a high score will go through with a chance to take home a great prize tonight. So good luck to you all. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crikey.
No, that's it.
Light is flashing now. Oh, you run out of balls. That's the end for you, Barry and Christine. Okay, the light is flashing now. We have to stop the game right there and then. Okay, cheers, Ken and Jackie. Now let's see who's done best here tonight. Ken and Jackie there. Yes, you've got 38. And would you believe you've just got 35, so congratulations. You're going through. Congratulations. Oh, dear. Hey. What a shame. A very, very close game. That was a bit of a shame there, and I loved the crikers and the oohs and the ahs during the game, but you did very well. Just 3 in it there. Marvellous. Not to worry, you're going home with the money you won in the quiz, which was what?
£350.
350. There it is. There's your ceramic dusty bin, of course. Thanks, Karen. Of course, here we've got your photo frame. Photograph has been taken up during the show. And there is your brand new video game to play once you get home tonight. Okay? Thanks very much for coming. Take care. Bless you. Bye-bye. Lovely. Oh. Well, I think you'll agree it's a very, very hard game, isn't it, Ken, when you're sitting there trying to play that and hold the language back, because I'm sure you wanted to say 1 or 2 other words then, didn't you?
That's true.
Right, okay, I told you at the top of the show the theme of our show is riverboats, right? Now, we've got 5 offerings for you to look at. There are 5 prizes, 4 terrific ones, of course. Do or do we not have a car on the show tonight? That's up to you to try and figure out. You know we got Dusty Bin, of course. If you win him, that's what you take home, a brand new dustbin. Could you do with one? You haven't got one? Well, let's hope you don't get one, but you never know your luck on this show. All right, now, when we've seen the first item, we'll be at my table, and one of the characters, of course, will come over and leave a clue object. They'll read you the rhyme, which will definitely be a clue. There'll be a clue in that rhyme, so keep looking for it. When you've got 3 on the table, I'll ask you to reject one. When, of course, you've rejected 4, the one that remains will determine your prize tonight. So keep looking, and a very good luck to you. We're going to go on with our theme, our first Riverboat offering. You know, in the time of the Riverboat's heyday, a new kind of music was becoming popular. Of course, that was traditional jazz, and here are some of the finest British exponents of that art form. With Down by the Riverside, here are Ken Collier's Jazzmen.
Sit down by the riverside, gonna lay my burden down. Down by the riverside, gonna lay my burden down. Down by the riverside, gonna lay my burden down. Ain't going to study one no more. Ain't going to study one more. Study one no more. Ain't going to study one no more. Down by the riverside, gonna lay my burden down, and I ain't going to study one no more.
Ken, how are you, mate? Nice to see you. Congratulations again. Right on the nose, as usual, you and the boys. Busy as ever, of course, all around the world these days, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's nice to know. Getting the bread and the sheets. Now, listen, what's going to be the clue?
Well, this is the clue. Down by the riverside was the
sheet
tune.
music, huh? Yeah?
They played it without a break. If you want, we can always put you down. If you're quick, they'll be awake.
Now then, what do you reckon, Ken? Any idea?
Awake? Can't be a funeral.
Can't be, well, yeah, we haven't given the funeral away yet, but it could well be. You never know. I mean, I die quite regularly, you know. However, let's say a big thank you, please, to Ken Colyer. Thank you, Ken. Ken Colyer, ladies and gentlemen. No, I don't think it could be a funeral. What do you think? Any other ideas?
It could be a hovercraft, but it being on the river.
Well, at least you're thinking about it, which is rather nice. OK, let's have our second item, OK? Our riverboat journey. Next, we've got an item which deals with the hazards facing the captain. Now, his voyage could be menaced by all sorts of things. Rough water, winds, floating debris, but the worst hindrance of all, fog.
My God. This is the last time I'll come by sea. This is the next time I'll take the bus. Captain! Captain! You're looking through that telescope the wrong way round again.
Habit, Mr. Mate, habit. Means if I see any trouble, I'm further away from it.
Captain, how are you feeling?
Bit groggy. It's malaria, according to the quack.
The quack? You mean you've been talking to the ducks again?
How long we been going through this fog, Mr. Mate?
About 3 weeks now, Captain. You've been delirious in your cabin the whole time.
How do you know I was delirious?
You were talking sense.
For 3 weeks? That's insane. The whole trip only takes 2 days. Where are we?
Captain, you're not going to like the answer.
What is the answer?
I don't know.
You hadn't a great deal of experience before joining ours, had you, Mr. Mate?
How could you tell that, Captain?
Every time we turned a corner, you kept sticking your hand out. Tell me, old peccadillo of mine, how have you been navigating?
Be the stars, Captain. Be the stars.
Stars? You fool. That's the ship's lights atop of the mast. Have a good mind to have you kicked in the scuppers.
Oh, not that, Captain. But listen, I did post a lookout at the pointed end of the ship. Or what's at the blunt end? Anyway, the man was a fool. Kept shouting, land port side. I knew we were nowhere near Egypt.
Good grief.
Captain, there's a boat coming in.
There's a boat coming in?
There's a boat coming in. You can hear the captain saying, oh, Oklahoma, where the prince goes.
Wrong show, Mr. Mate, wrong show. Thank goodness they've sent a pilot to take us in.
A pilot? You mean this thing can fly?
What's the fool saying?
He says he's with the Woolwich. No, them bones. Them bones? Them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones, them bones, them dry bones, them bones.
Oh, yes, Chris. God, look at him, looking like Captain Birdseye there. Look.
Oh, dear.
Now, Chris, what are you going to leave, then, as the clue?
Well, we're a bit undermanned on the boat, but nevertheless, I'm leaving you this.
What, a skull on a stick?
Yeah, it's a skeleton stuff. A skeleton stuff.
Look at that, there's more meat on there than there is Felix Bowness.
Nevertheless, that is a native's rattle.
Right. Native's rattle.
Hear the bone shake.
That's the clue?
Oh, that's the clue. I'm not going in that box. Yes, you are. Go on.
And what about the rhyme, then, Chris?
The rhyme says... Excuse me. The fog was dense and thick, and so too was the mate. But the native had the answer. Fill it up and let it wait.
Now then, Care Jacker, yeah. What do you reckon?
What do you think to that? Central heating system?
Central heating system?
Fill it up and let it wait.
Could do with some of this fog, but will you say thank you, please, to Chris Emmett? Chris,
thanks,
mate.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Chris. Oh, well. Not doing bad then, Ken, are we? You reckon this is a central heating system, and that's something to do with funerals, eh? All right, let's get on and have our next item, because once the next rhyme is on the table with the object, you have to think about rejecting one of them. We're going to go on right now. You know, for another interlude aboard our riverboat, we're going to have a look at some of the entertainment for the passengers. Now, here is a clever display of magic in the very capable but deceiving hands of Terry Seabrook.
Thank you very much. Well, Karen, this is the very saloon where a great gambler used to operate. He was a magnificent guy. He could deal cards from the top of the pack, from the middle of the pack, from the bottom of the pack. He was known as Arnold de Palma, which was a great name for him. And he won a lot of money. People used to say, I give my right arm to deal like that guy. He did. He gave his left arm. But he didn't give it. It was tooked, all right? And he came back a week later when everything had healed up. And he stood there, and they said, we'll let you play. You've got one arm, you're armless. All right, now then. He took out the cards, and the money started to flow. He said, I will deal, although I've only got one arm. And he put them on the table like that. And he said, I cannot shuffle. Karen, would you shuffle a few cards for me? Very, very kindly. Okay, when you've done those, would you shuffle just a few more for me? Terrific. Now, he said, the money can really go on these cards because I can do nothing with one arm like that. Is there any more we haven't shuffled? A few more there. Shuffle those in, and there we are. We're all set for one game of poker, which is going to be the game to end all games. All right, my dear? You have shuffled them up. There they are. The one-armed dealer will deal. Look, one card at a time. We can do nothing wrong with this at all. 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards each. Have a look at your hand without anyone touching them. Turn them over, one at a time. You've got an 8 of diamonds. You have an ace of clubs. You have an 8 of spades. This is terrible. Another ace, the ace of hearts. And another ace, the ace of diamonds. 3 aces and a pair of 8s. Terrific. But Arnold, the one-armed gambler, was sweating on this one. The queen of spades. The jack of spades. The ace of spades, the king of spades, the 10 of spades, a full house. He does.
Nice to see you, Terry. Here, there's a bit of a switch, eh? You and me on a show about riverboats. The only time we normally meet's on the Isle of Wight ferry at midnight.
You tell him, mate. Rotten cups of tea.
That's it, yeah. Tastes like oil. Now, what's going to be the clue, then?
One ace of spades, a big one, too.
I see. Now, look, Terry, it was a great trick, but I'm sure there must be a bit of fiddling going on with those cards.
No, Ted, look. Have a look at the cards. Take them if you would. The cards are perfectly normal. Now, what you've got to worry about is the box they come in, you see. Now, that's a little bit different, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, I suppose it is. OK, yeah, there's no fiddle there, Terry. OK, I'll give it back to you.
Thank you.
As usual, great. Now, listen, what about the
OK, here we go. We shall read it for you. This is all a bit of a gamble, and the gambler's very slick. Our cards are on the table, but will you lose the trick?
Will you, Jackie? What about it, Ken? Now we've got to think. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Terry Seabrook. Cheers, Terry.
Thank you.
Good luck. Lovely. OK. Right, Terry's just read you that one, of course. We now have three. We have to think about rejecting one. I can read this one again, of course, which Chris Emmett brought in, the skull on the stick, the natives rattle, or else, of course, Ken Colyer brought in the sheet music. What would you like to hear? You want to hear this one again?
Yeah.
All right. Chris Emmett said the fog was dense and thick, and so too was the mate. But the native had the answer, fill it up and let it wait. Wait. What do you reckon?
I'll reject that one.
You really want to reject this?
We'll reject that one. Yeah.
All right, then. You're going to reject Chris Emmett's native rattle. The fog was dense and thick, said Chris, and it certainly was, wasn't it? Right. The native had the answer, fill it up and let it wait. Well, of course, he's just said. You could fill up a car and you could let it wait. But what about the native, of course? The very chunky Felix Bowness. The native had the answer. Well, what did he say? Can you remember what the native said? Well, he talked a lot of gibberish and a lot of rubbish, and that's what you've done. A very wise choice. You've rejected Dusty Bin. Well done. At last you got him out of the way, which is good, which means we know you're going to take a good prize home with you tonight. Were you the couple that you needed a bin?
Yeah.
You were the ones?
Not that desperate.
What a shame. You're not that desperate for him now. Everybody's so happy once they reject him. OK, Carol, just stay right there because we're going away for another break. Back after the break with all the prizes. Have we got a car? Keep thinking about it. We're going to find out. See you in a couple of minutes. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome to part 3, ladies and gentlemen, where Ken and Jackie Redpath from Huntingdon have just rejected Dusty Bin, which means they're going to go home with a great prize tonight. We're carrying on with our theme of Riverboat. Our Riverboat, of course, is full of fun and entertainment it offers is wide and varied. Our next guest features a song that really recalls the memories of those days. The song is called Chesapeake Bay, and the guy is a great mate of mine, Mr. Jerry Stevens.
Round the bend, I think I see a steamboat there, heading near to this pier. You can catch it if you hurry, never fear. It's the Old Dominion line. Gee, don't she look pretty as she hugs the shore, heading for little old Baltimore. Hear my heart a-yearning, see the paddles churning. She's the queen of the Chesapeake Bay. Come on, Nancy, put your red dress on. Come on, Nancy, for the steamboat's gone. Everything is lovely on the Chesapeake Bay. Hold up boat for Baltimore. Come on, baby, don't be sore. Come on, Captain, we must get that boat. We can't swim and we can't float. The band is playing a good old tune. Up on deck there is a place to spoon. Cuddle up closely, silvery moon. All aboard for Chess, all aboard for Chess, all aboard for Chesapeake Bay. For Chesapeake, all aboard for Chesapeake. Let's all go to Chesapeake Bay. for Chesapeake. Hold a boat for Chesapeake. Let's all go to Chesapeake Bay.
Now then, Jerry, good to see you after such a long time.
Yes.
The one night's up and down the M1, of course, which is where Ken and Jackie, well, they live on that area, don't you, really? The A1, that's the way to come.
Yeah.
Now, listen, congratulations over the past couple of years or so. It's been marvellous to see you on the box.
Thanks,
and every time I see you, I love those offbeat jokes you do, you know, the weird ones.
Yeah.
The ones that you and I like.
Yeah, or the kind of things that tickle me.
Yeah, that's it. The sort of things that, you know.
I like supermarket trolleys tickle me. I can never understand why they have 4 wheels and only 3 of them ever work.
That's it. I like that. Now, listen, Jerry, what's going to be your clue?
Well, there's my clue, the straw hat.
Uh-huh.
Right, and
the rhyme says what?
Here's the rhyme. The rhyme says, the producer said, take it easy, so I sang about Chesapeake Bay. The answer will be plain if I say it again. You should now be well on your way.
Now then. Oh, a tap and what?
See it again.
That sounds like
What
a
would that
holiday.
Is it?
Wouldn't that be a photo?
See it again.
Well, we've got to think about it. That's what we've got to do. But will you please thank Mr. Jerry Stevens? Cheers, Jerry. Great to see you, mate. All the best. Take care. Lovely. So, right, Jerry's just read you that. I can again read the Ken Colyer one, which he brought in, the sheet music, or, of course, Terry Seabrook brought you in the Ace of Spades. What would you like to hear out of these two again?
The Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades, right, yes. Terry said, he said, this is all a bit of a gamble, and the gambler's very slick. Our cards are on the table, but will you lose the trick? That's what Terry Seabrook said.
Gamble.
What do you reckon?
Do you want to keep that one?
No, I don't like the Ace of Spades, because that way it's supposed to mean death, and upside down it means a trip to the dentist.
You won't leave that funeral alone, will you? Wait a minute, let's get this straight. That way it means death?
That way it's supposed to mean death.
And the other way it means what?
A trip to the dentist.
Well, let's have it that way. I'd sooner go there, wouldn't you? That was 2 days ago. Oh, you've been to the dentist?
Yeah, I went on Tuesday.
So you really don't like
that?
No. So what do you want to do?
We get rid of that one.
Okay, Ken, you going along with that?
Yes.
You're trusting Jackie?
Oh, yes.
All right, fair enough. Okay, you're going to reject Terry Seabrook's Ace of Spades. Now then, what does it say? This is all a bit of a gamble, and the gambler's very slick. Well, deciding which prizes to reject can be a gamble. And that is why our cards are on the table, the one you didn't like, the Ace of Spades. But the table your cards would have been on if you hadn't have lost this trick would be this wonderful gaming table. Take a look at this. Now. Now then, just take a look at this. This is absolutely wonderful, in fact. Look at this. Fiona, have you ever seen anything like this? Here we've got a chess set. Actually, this is a lead, but hand-painted. Of course, in the American Civil War as well, being Riverboats as our theme. We've got, of course, roulette. We've got liar dice here. Of course, there's the older dominoes. Everything is leather. Everything is fantastic. Do you play backgammon at all?
Yeah, I just started learning.
You started learning. Well, here's a marvellous backgammon set. Look at this. It's in black leather and suede. Fabulous chips and counters everywhere. The whole prize, would you believe, is well over £1,250. You have rejected it, so we're going to go back to the table. Thanks a lot, Fiona. It has to go. Come on, back we go. Hey. Now then, what do you think about that one? Could you have done with that?
Yeah,
well, it would have kept you busy. But you really didn't like that. Now, you got me something about the Ace of Spades being upside down. I should think of that. Okay, we're now going to have our very last item. Now, our final offering on board the Riverboat, we go back to the gaming room, would you believe, where the professional gambler was always looking out for the unsuspecting traveller. Now, this fellow on board a riverboat, a deckhand was okay. But a man with a deck in his hand, now that could be trouble.
You sure have a way with cards, mister.
Cards?
Cards?
Cards are my business, sir. And you seem to have a way with performing cats.
That's not a cat. It's a dead raccoon.
Tell me, what's a dead raccoon doing on the top of your head?
He wouldn't stay still when he was alive. That's my hunting hat.
Really? You found anything while you've been aboard?
No, but lost plenty to you, mister.
Oh, it's all part of the business. You could always, try to win it back.
I got nothing else left to lose anyway. I don't know as I like these new rules you're playing.
New rules?
Yeah, you see, I always thought there was only 4 aces in a pack.
Well, times change, you know. Today, 4 aces. Tomorrow, who knows? 5, 6, 7.
And what about this ace up your sleeve?
Oh, part of your rules?
Oh, I
yes,
see.
Keeping up to date with things?
And you're lining in a jacket? This all part of them new rules?
That's right. You've got it, old boy.
Well, anyways, that's the way it is. I better go off to the captain and see what I can get for this little trinket.
Just a minute. That looks a fine piece of jewelry. $1,000 worth here. I'll tell you what I'll do, sir. As you've lost $50 to me this evening, I'll pay you $50 for this necklace. That way you'll break out even.
Well
done. And so you have been. That's what I call business, sir.
There it is, Captain.
What? Oh, good evening, Crocker.
Good evening, Captain. Good evening, ma'am.
That's my necklace stolen from my cabin.
Now, just a moment, old fruit.
Mr. Crockett here is the ship's detective. He said he knew where the necklace was. You better come along with me, Limey.
This isn't cricket, Crockett.
Oh. Anything crooked, Crockett'll crack it. Get to my cabin, boy.
I believe the captain mentioned a reward. Would $50 in chips be in order?
$50 in chips? Well, we got the chips. Let's go and get the fish.
How are you, Frazer? Oh, it came off without a bite there.
Yes. Tickled, aren't they?
Now you look like we all know you, of course. Nice to have you here and been in such a big hit show for a long time. How long have you been with Emmerdale Farm now?
Since it began in 1972.
Long ago is that?
It's a long time, yeah.
Now, listen, you've been filming and doing so many episodes of that. There must be a story that sticks out in your mind.
One particular one, we were only the other day we were in the sheepfold, Matt and Joe, and we were doing this long scene, and somebody coughed halfway through a take. So we said, stop. Somebody coughed, do you mind? You know, very difficult scene. So we did the scene again, and somebody coughed again. So the floor manager, just a minute, whoever's coughing, can you please clear the set, because it's a very difficult scene. And we heard this... And we looked down, it was a sheep, and they actually coughed. They just cough like a real person.
They cough like we do.
Yeah, they go... Must been smoking, I think.
Anyway, nice to have you with us, Frazer. And Alison, what's going to be the clue?
Well, the clue is, deck of cards.
Deck of cards, the clue, and the rhyme?
The rhyme is, the gambler didn't hit the deck, though we know he used it well. It's on the cards, this suits you, if you do not mind the swell.
Now, Jackie.
Sounds like a cruise.
Yeah, that sounds like a cruise. Oh, the whole audience thought that too. But will you please thank Frazer Hines? Cheers,
Thank you very much, Jack.
Thank you. Right, now then. Ken and Jackie, I can read the straw hat, which Jerry Stevens brought in again, or again once more. Ken Colyer brought in the sheet music. What one would you like to hear out of those two?
That one, 'cause you've had that a long time.
Yes, you've had that quite a time. I think it's been there since the beginning, yes. Ken Colyer said, down by the riverside was the tune. They played it without a break. If you want, we can always put you down. If you're quick, there'll be a wake. Now, don't come that one about funerals again, Jackie.
What are you thinking?
What do you think?
Could be a week.
You can reject anyone you want.
Let's do music.
Could be. Organ.
An organ?
Which one do you want to get rid of? What do you say? That one. Okay.
Yeah?
Get rid
Are you going to reject that?
Yeah.
You sure? You sort of paused a bit there, Jackie. What do you reckon?
No.
You go on?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to reject Ken Collier's sheet music of Down by the Riverside. Let's have a look now. Down by the riverside, we can always put you down. Well, if we put you down by the riverside, had you been quick, your prize would certainly have caused a wake. Because I think when you thought of this earlier on, you were absolutely right there, Ken. Because the wake, this is a 14-foot, 6-invader speedboat. Look at this. and have a look. Go around that side there. Oh. Thank you, Jim. Well, there you go. How about that? Here we've got, it's powered by a 40-horsepower Mercury engine back there. As you can see, the whole thing is finished in the very latest metallic gold and coated with the special stuff so it doesn't go rusty. A marvellous prize. Now, could you have used this, Ken? Huh? Yeah, going up the A1 in this would be good, eh? What do you reckon, Jackie?
We've got a river, but it's very narrow.
But this would have gone on the river.
If it went up in this.
What a marvellous prize. That's worth a lot of money, as you can well imagine. I'm afraid it's been rejected. It's got to go. Thanks a lot. Let's get back to the table. Take it away. Here we are. Oh, my. Some kind of prize, that. Now we're down to the last two, so I can read both of these again, right? Now, Jerry Stevens brought in the straw hat. Jerry said, the producer said, take it easy. So I sang about Chesapeake Bay. The answer will be plain. If I say it again, you should now be well on your way. Oh, is it, Jack? Yes? What do you reckon that is,
Well on your way?
Oh, dear. Oh, good. Well, if it isn't, are you going to be in trouble? Right, OK. Frazer just brought in the pack of cards here and said, the gambler didn't hit the deck, though we know he used it well. It's on the cards that suit you, if you do not mind the swell. OK, listen, which one's going to go now? One of them has to go. Is he doing an eeny, meeny, miny, mo there? Can you see that?
Oh, go on. I'll say you can.
What are you going to do? You're going to keep that or reject that?
Final decision. Come on, quick. Final decision.
What do you reckon? One has to go right now.
Keep it.
You're going to keep the cards, yes? Yeah. Frazer Hines brought the cards. You want to keep those and reject Jerry Stevens' straw hat? Yeah. OK? All right. Jerry said, the producer said, take it easy. So I sang about Chesapeake Bay. The answer will be plain. If I say it again, you should now be well on your way. Right. Producer said, take it easy. The answer will be plain. Well, you could take it easy if you'd have won this prize, and the answer is plain. In fact, you were right. It was an aeroplane, and soon you would have been on a holiday 2 weeks in America's deep south. Just take a look at this. Now then, have a look. Welcome to New Orleans. In fact, we were going to fly you to New Orleans, where you'd have spent 3 days sightseeing and sampling the wonderful food of this unique city. You'd have reminded yourself the show of being here with us on our Riverboat show. You'd have been down the New Orleans, this marvelous craft here. You'd have gone on to Jackson, then Memphis. The Mississippi is at its most magnificent there. From there, you'd have gone on to Nashville, Birmingham, Mobile, finally back to New Orleans to round off what we would have hoped would have been a fabulous 15 days, and I'm sure you would have agreed. What about that? A marvelous trip, and you have rejected it. Oh. So, now then, you've never been to New Orleans, have you?
No.
Would you like to have gone?
Yes.
There you go. Well, this is the prize you're taking back. You deliberated on it, and you stuck with it. Frazer Hines brought in the deck of cards. The gambler didn't hit the deck, though we know he used it well. It's on the cards that suit you if you do not mind the swell. OK, what's going home with you tonight? The gambler didn't hit the deck, though we know he used it well. Well, he didn't hit the deck, but he did bring out this clue, of course. The cards that suit you. Well, of course, there are 4 suits in a pack of cards. What do you reckon? It's going through the audience here. Certainly, you wouldn't mind looking swell. You're going to look very swell, yes, in these fabulous clothes. Take a look at what you won. Here they are. Look at this. Here we go. Now, mind how you go. Jackie, just step over the gangplank there if you can. If you'd like to go over there. Would you like to go over that side there? Just have a look what you've got here. These are the sort of clothes that you've won. In fact, there's a heck of a lot here, I can tell you. A selection of ladies' and gentlemen's clothes designed by David Watts, of course, specially for you, whose work was featured in the latest British Fashion Awards. Well over £1,000 worth you won. Could you do with a new wardrobe? Yes? Well, it doesn't matter. That's what you've got. Fabulous prize, and they've been a great couple, haven't they, ladies and gentlemen? Give them a round of applause. Smash it. Congratulations. Look at this. Lovely. Well, there it is. Once again, satisfied customers, we hope. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you for being with us this week. Until we do see you, take care. Have a good time, everybody. 3, 2, 1. See you next week. Whoa. Lovely. That's just one of them. There's this.